Thanks a lot for tuning in. I'm your host, John Michael. Today we're going to talk about husky394xp. So husky394xp, it's not the chainsaw. Husky394xp is actually the channel, the YouTube channel of Brian Denlinger and his wife Catherine. Sometimes comes up with information. Great. This is a couple. He's a man. He has a wife and a child. So he's definitely qualified to be in the ministry. He's a great preacher. He preaches online sermons and stuff like that. And I definitely would recommend thumbs up. Subscribe to husky394xp and his backup channel. So there's a Patreon account. I never actually went to Patreon, but you definitely check that out. So husky394xp is the actual. There's a link in the description box below. Compliment sandwich. So a compliment sandwich is when you say something good about a guy, then you say where he could improve, and then you end on a positive note. So he's a great preacher, you know, like he's very thorough, does expository studies. He made an extremely good study about Mary, the Roman Catholic Queen of Hell, part 1, 2, and 3, and he 13 reasons why the Christians, or real Christians, should never go to a mass, and a lot of great studies about the preacher rapture and stuff like that, and how Catholic, the bad he's exposing the Catholic things. So the sandwich part of it is he's not exposing the heliocentric cult. So the heliocentric cult, he's still maybe believing in that. I'm not sure why he wouldn't just expose that as the Catholic Jesuit doctrine that it is. Jesuit Catholic doctrines of heliocentric have, you know, that's the basis for atheism and stuff like that. That's the basis for the Big Bang. So there's either the biblical model of the Earth or the Big Bang heliocentric cult. So he's like caught somewhere in between. So that's where the sandwich is. And on a positive note, to end, his wife Catherine and him actually did a mother of all bombs study on the pharmaceutical industry. So the pharmaceutical industry is the most, it's incredibly dangerous to everybody. Like this is, it makes millions and millions and millions of dollars per day, and it just poisons everybody. It's just the government's, you know, letting all this stuff, the FDA and stuff like that. So definitely watch the Mother of All Bomb study, the 13 reasons why Christians shouldn't go to the mass and stuff like that. Definitely watch. And then every time he says something about heliocentrism, he made a video, and it's so obvious that he's in error. He's talking about, is the earth flat? And he's like, he says something and it's not right. Like, he's not a perfect guy. So that's where the sandwich needs to be. So, like, I'm not sure if he's still, I don't know if he knows about the trannies. That's the thing. I don't think he knows that Donald Trump is a transgender and the Queen of England is a transgender and stuff like that. I don't think he knows that all the Hollywood actors are transgendered. I know he said he's of German descent and he eats meat and sausages and things like that. So he's not a vegan. Maybe could improve on that. Also distilled water. I'm hoping for his family's sake that Catherine and Oliver and Brian do come to the realization that they need to drink distilled water pure, and they need to get themselves a distiller. It's very important for their health. They're very important people. So if he could snap out of the heliocentric cult, he'd be basically a top 10 one. He'd be the best preacher. There wouldn't be a better preacher. But he still believes in the heliocentric cult. So definitely 9.5 or 9.5 to out of 10 to thumbs up. 9.5 thumbs ups. Out of 10 thumbs ups for Brian Denlinger and his wife Catherine. I mean, they just bring out the best information, very important information that we all should know about the Bible, about salvation. Salvation, definitely you should be getting saved. You must be born again. You have to be born again. How are you gonna be in heaven if you're caught dead in trespasses and sins? So definitely make sure you watch Brian Denlinger's salvation message. More information about how to get saved. You have to call out to God to be saved. You have to say, please God, please save me. I'm a sinner, and if you don't save me, I will go to hell. And you have to call out. How is God going to hear you if you're not going to call out? So lots of information on Brian Denlinger's channel. So just to recap, the compliment sandwich, great preacher and all that stuff. Definitely recommend Brian Denlinger. The bad part is the heliocentric thing. He still believes in a Big Bang theory or something like that. I'm not sure. It's not true. And the good part about it is the excellent work on the exposing the Catholics in the pharmaceutical industry and all that stuff. Very great work. You should definitely check it out. Thanks a lot for tuning in. husky394xp, thumbs up. 9.5 out of 10.